Well, hello, and welcome again back to the Lotus Lounge with Reverend JJ. Here to provide some support and guidance and assisting with everything that's happening in the world around us. And I don't really think that I need to be too specific, but I think everyone's pretty familiar with the chaos and the drama that's going on globally. We're still in this get to know you process and learning about who I am and what's brought me to my current position. There's been a lot of trauma. My background personally hasn't been that spectacular in regards to relationships. I tend to attract individuals that are of a narcissistic type of personality, and I recently just left a situation that was toxic. My relationship was toxic, and I would say that my employer was also a toxic environment. So there's quite a bit that I want to touch on, and my brain is kind of all over the place with various interventions and various techniques. So we really need to start at the beginning, the foundation. And what is your foundation? We have to look at what is it that you are doing to contribute to the world around you. What are you creating for yourself? What kinds of statements do you believe? So many years ago, I worked with a psychiatrist on the psychiatric hospital on the unit. Amazing doctor. And she had said to me, and this has stuck with me this entire time now, so we're talking 15 years. She said, one of the most frustrating things with human beings is we actually believe what we think. Nobody ever said that you actually have to believe what you think. So this is where I find that we get kind of stuck in life. Why we have counselors and why we have therapists and psychiatrists to challenge that thought process and to be able to challenge those beliefs that are illogical or irrational. You know, where does anxiety come from? It comes from the things that we're saying to ourselves. Where does depression come from? These things are stemming from the belief system, your value system, and what has been created. So we're reacting and we're responding according to past experience. The body is remembering. The mind is remembering this trauma, or remembering these abusive things that might have happened, or remembers this happy day in your life, maybe a wedding or the birth of a child, right? These are your experiences. So you are reacting according to your own personal experience. So herein lies our foundation, and where we have to begin to choose which thoughts do you want to believe? Which thoughts are you going to choose to engage in? Or are you going to recognize the thought, acknowledge the thought, and then allow it to leave? Saying to yourself, this thought isn't helpful. I don't like this thought. This thought isn't healthy for me or my mind, my body, or my spirit. So back to basics And I'm going to touch on some others here. I'm working towards formulating how I want to maneuver this entire podcast. I have a lot to share. I have a lot to say. And sometimes I just know. And I know people don't understand when sometimes people just say, I just had a feeling, I just know. And something just told me that I needed to get myself out here into this world and start sharing some of the knowledge and wisdom that I've acquired. And again, as I've said, some of it's based on my own personal experiences. I started off my life at 2 years old in an unhealthy and dysfunctional relationship or dysfunctional family. My dad was in the Navy. He wasn't around. My mom was a drug addict. She still probably is to this day. I don't know. And I will spend some time discussing that and how that's impacted things for me in my life. Abandonment issues. My mom didn't care about me. Nobody loves me. Lacking self-worth. Not knowing my value. All of these things have played a part in what has brought me to where I am now. And again, I keep talking about this lotus, and it's so significant because not very many plants, flowers, trees, whatever, those things don't grow out of mud. So we're literally shifting from darkness to light as the lotus flower does. And I have it tattooed on my back. It signifies my spiritual awakening. There are other lotuses that have other significance, but this one speaks to me. The pink lotus and the lotus that one can use and maintain as an analogy in life. So here we are, all of us walking this earth, imprinting on the planet. And what are you creating? Back to basics. What are your thoughts creating for you? What is your script writing for you in your life? Let's work on taking back some control and some power and being able to navigate and maneuver and create the world that you want for yourself. We don't have to live in fear. We're choosing to live in fear. And I'm going to reiterate this over and over, that these are choices. We choose happiness. We choose peace. We choose our friends. We choose our thoughts. You're in control. I don't think anybody's told some people this, but you're in control. You have the power. The power is within you. It's already there. Now we just have to tap in and find it. Find me on my website, jjlotustherapy.com. You can find me on Twitter at ZenChick, Instagram at RevJJLotus. I am on the net. You can find me on the web. Please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to have some Zoom room meetings doing yoga. I am offering a Sunday, a Sunday sun salutation yoga class, 11 a.m. through Zoom. You can book it through my site. I'm also offering a guided meditation for the upcoming full moons at 7 on the day of the full moon. You can also see that on my schedule on Ribbon, and where you can book your yoga class or your guided meditation. I'm also going to be hosting a 6-week program for children that are struggling with ADHD, sensory processing issues, and autism. It's a specialized training. I think I'll talk some more about that next episode. on some of my specific certifications and trainings that I've received over the time of my career and moving into being a healer. So come join me, Reverend JJ. I'd love to see you in my Zoom room. Book a session with me to do some yoga and some healing, stretching, calming. My training for yoga is specific and specialized. Also, it's with beam, breath, energy, alignment, and movement. And then I have my children's yoga, which is Radiant Child Yoga with a Kundalini-based energy. I'm here. I've got a lot of knowledge and wisdom to share, and I want to assist you in finding your own peace and happiness and being able to be grounded, centered, and balanced, and able to cope with everything that's going on right now in this upside down, insane, inverted, simulated matrix system that we have going on our prison planet. I'll elaborate some more on what I mean by the prison planet.